Hey guys, so I have quite a few books to get through. I thought I had recorded way more videos than I did, but I did not, and I want to go ahead and record on the books that I read. You will see me in the same outfit because I'm just about to knock them out. I have a little time today and I'm going to knock them out. The first book that I'm going to look at is this one here. It's called Awakening the Natural Genius of Black Children by Amos and Wilson. And for me, this book was okay. It wasn't anything like super major. And it also, I think a big part of that was that it was made for children that are younger than my kids. So it has like nothing to do with my life at this current moment. Now, for someone who has younger kids, I want to say this was from like 0 to maybe like kindergarten age, then it might be something that would work out really, really well for you. And then I know that he has 2 other books, The Developmental Psychology of the Black Child and Blueprint for Black Power. So just keeping with the theme, The Developmental Psychology for the Black Child will probably be another book that I may want to read by him at a later date, because I just have so many books that I need to get through. But this one, it just went over like things that we should do as Black people just to help our children within education and not just leave it in the hands of the public school system or the private school system. Like, we need to be educating our children ourselves, and that things are just sometimes like different for us because I think Dr. Umar advocates for this too, like the standardized testing, like especially with language. A lot of that are words that we don't typically use like in the African American household. And so a lot of times it's not so much that your child is behind, it's just that they don't know it, which I guess in turn you could say they're behind, but it's like it's not what they're used to. It's not the way that they're used to doing certain work. With that, I know, because I homeschool. So with my kids, I know that I word things in a certain way for them so that they can understand it. And if they're used to me saying multiplication instead of, I can't even think of it. But if they're just used to me saying certain terms, then they're not going to know what it is, even though it's the same thing. But when I say, oh, it's this, or think about it, like, XYZ, then they get it and they're on track and they're doing fine. And then I know too, like a lot of our stuff that we learn is fluff, in my opinion, and I've probably said it on like several videos, especially my homeschool videos, is that like we need to know the basics of like reading, writing, and math. And then there's, of course, I'm very into history, so I always think that's a bonus. You need to know where you came from in order to know where you're going. But some stuff is just not that serious. And this book kind of does a good job of explaining some of that stuff and like where your kids need to be. And just, it was amazing to hear like the natural ability of Black children and how advanced they are when they first come out. And they studied children like from different like African cultures. I can't remember if they said the US. I think they threw on the US a little bit, but just like the natural ability of these children in the African culture, and that they're way ahead and way advanced than kids here like in the US. But then at a certain point, it's like they slow down and the US kids like catch up or advance. So I'm wondering too, like what that is about, like where's that gap? Because if they start off, so far ahead, where's this gap? And this book to me was okay. I wouldn't personally tell anyone to go run out and get it, but if someone was like, oh, I'm thinking about reading it, I'd say, yeah, you probably should. It's a decent book. But I wouldn't just tell one of my friends like, oh my God, you need to go get this, so that you can learn all this stuff and things like that. And then it was also nice that they put some schools in there, some African-centered schools in the book that if you have them in your nearby like city or town or whatnot, and you can take your kids to them, amazing. And they just teach differently, and so the kids can learn differently, and that just may pair more with their natural abilities and things like that. So all in all, the book was okay. I was hoping it would be something different, but again, like I said, I might just have a biased opinion just because it's for younger kids and I just can't use it right now. But into the next one. Bye.